All right. Here we are cracking a cold one. Dr. Pepper, of course. For this YouTube live. Let's share this bad boy. Excuse me. Tweet. Share. All right. That was obnoxious. What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Locked On Sun Devils podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This is Locked On Sun Devils Live, and I am your host and guide, Richie Bradshaw, for everything Arizona State. Oh man, guys, so exciting. Everything that's going on with the Sun Devils right now. In fact, while we're live, I am going to pull up Twitter and we're going to check out everything that's been happening with the Sun Devils today. Let's take a peek. Search Twitter for Sun Devils. Everyone that's here, welcome. Welcome. We're here to just talk Arizona State. So, Sun Devils football, basketball, or otherwise, hop on in and jump in the comments, say something, and let's have a conversation. So I am currently on Twitter looking to see what's been popping today. Looks like Vince Amy has officially landed in Tempe. He took a picture with some of the boys. Awesome to see him giving the forks up. Sun Devil wrestling dominating. Love to see it. Oh, hey, the semester finished up. So, congratulations to any current Sun Devils for finishing up the 2022 fall semester. Very excited for you guys to be on break now and get to enjoy everything that's going on with the Sun Devils at the moment. So, there's obviously lots to talk about with that. So let me hear you guys in the comments sound off. Scale of 1 to 10. 1, totally unexcited. 10, counting the days until the season starts. Where are you at for Sun Devils football right now with everything that's been going on with Kenny Dillingham and otherwise? I'm very interested to see everything that's going to be happening, man. Like there's a lot to be excited about right now. I know that at the stadium is the 6A state championship between Pinnacle and Highland, and the 5-star tight end Deuce Robinson is playing right now. So let's take a peek on how he's doing, see if anyone's got anything interesting to say about Deuce Robinson. I know has he committed anywhere? Now I'm curious about that. Deuce Robinson, 5-star tight end. Oh, don't do this to me, 24/7 Sports. Let's go to Rivals. Is he committed to USC, it looks like? I mean, it's never too late. If you do want to stay home and play at Arizona State, let's see. Maybe he's not committed yet. They got their future cast as 100% for USC. 24/7 Sports isn't loading. Once he got on his Twitter, he doesn't have anything yet. Just Pinnacle High School, class of 2023. So, man, if you had him, Jalen Conyers, and Messiah Swinson, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. So, let's see. Looks like Deuce Robinson was balling out today for Pinnacle. Yeah, it's a nice play. ArizonaVarsity.com on Twitter. That's at AZHSFB. Has him just going up and getting this bad boy, just snags it right out of the air. So maybe that's the guy Dillingham was talking about. I know Dillingham went on 98.7 earlier in the week and was talking about how there's a certain recruit who, quote, knows who he is that they're looking at to bring to Arizona State. And maybe that's Deuce Robinson. But Dillingham likes his tight ends. I know this year that Oregon really liked using their tight ends in the passing game. I'm going to pull up the Oregon stats right now, and we're going to take a look. Let's see. Their top tight end was Terrence Ferguson, who finished the season with 27 catches, which was fourth on the team, 307 yards, which was fifth on the team, and 5 touchdowns, which was second on the team. They also had a kid named Maloki Matavo. I don't think I said that right, but 10 catches, 134 yards, and a touchdown for him. So the tight ends are definitely important for what he likes to run. And as of right now, Arizona State has got some pretty good tight ends to use at their disposal. If you added Deuce Robinson to that, that would be insane. I want to see Robinson's profile. I pulled him up and I didn't even think to look. Robinson is a 6'6", 230-pound tight end. And if I remember correctly, looking at his Twitter, for what it's worth, he's a multi-sport athlete. Let me pull that back up. Not that you're probably going to be playing multiple sports at Arizona State. Yeah, he says he's a football, baseball, and basketball player for Pinnacle. That's insane. That would be a heck of a get. That would be probably the best tight end you've gotten recruiting wise since Zach Miller, who was also a 5-star. But yeah, that'd be really, really exciting if Deuce was able to come and join us. If you guys are coming in, welcome, welcome. We are just getting settled in and having a good old conversation about Arizona State sports right now. Looking at Deuce Robinson at the moment, who is playing today for Pinnacle in the 6A state championship. And he had a heck of a day, which no one is going to be overly surprised by that. Oh, here's an awesome view from John Seliga on Twitter. Yeah, he just high points that ball and then falls into the end zone. You love to see it. Oh man, very, very exciting stuff that's going on. Yeah, he's uncommitted. and is the top prospect in Arizona. And then obviously we're hoping to get Jacoby Lane flipped from USC as well. Jacoby Lane is a 4-star, but he's like a high 4-star guy. I want to say he's like 4.5 on the scale or something like that. I'm going to pull him up on Rivals as well. Jacoby Lane. Oh, Rivals only has him as a 3-star. Interesting. Yeah, they've got him as a 3-star. He's 6'5", 180 pounds. Does have an offer from Arizona State. I wonder if 24/7 will load now. Now they'll load. Yeah, they have him as a 4-star on 24/7 Sports. Number 31 receiver in the nation, the 4th best prospect in Arizona. Can I see the other prospects we got? Yes, I can. So there's Cole Martin. He's a corner. He's going to Oregon. Maybe give him a call. I don't know. Caleb Lemieux is a tackle for Utah. Jacoby Lane, Jackson Bowers, Elijah Page. All these guys are committed right now. 3-star wide receiver Derek English is not committed anywhere. He does have an offer from Arizona State. That would be a good pickup as well. Plays at Saguaro, 6'4", 210-pound receiver. I would be here for it, obviously. Trey Spivey hasn't committed anywhere. He is also a 6'4" wide receiver. He has a offer from Arizona State, but he's listed as cool, whereas Arizona is listed as warm. So what else? Another receiver, Miles Lipman. Lots of receivers in Arizona, apparently 3-star, 6'1", 185, has an offer from Arizona State. We'll see. I want to see Arizona State's current class right now. Sun Devils recruiting for 2023 because 3 kids are gone. You lost R.L. Miller, Cullen Fight, and Zevry Alexander. So you currently have 2, 4, 6, 7 kids that are coming in right now. The most recent was Siri Candielli. I think is how you say that. He's a interior lineman. Plays at Mountain View in Mesa. 6'3", 270 pounds, 3-star. So right now, the biggest name is still going to be Israel Carter, who's just rock solid, committed to the program, doesn't appear to want to be anywhere else except Arizona State, which you love to see because obviously a lot of people have dropped out and are no longer interested in coming to the program for one reason or another. But he's still here. And with Emory Jones transferring, did he make that official? Did he officially put himself out there? Because it was expected that he was going to be. Um, no, he's not officially entered yet. At least he hasn't put it out there on his Twitter, but we're anticipating that he's going to be entering the portal. And when he does, that's going to leave Arizona State with Trenton Bourget. Paul Tyson transferred. There's, oh my goodness, what's their names? Sun Devils football 2023 roster. There's a handful of quarterbacks on the team right now. It's just none of them really got any time to play this year, unless your name was, Trenton Bourget or Emory Jones. So there is Dalen McLemore is one of the kids I was trying to remember. He'll be a redshirt junior. He's on the team. Max Clark is a redshirt freshman. He's on the team as well. And that's it. So you'll have 3 quarterbacks right now. Finn Collins is on the team as well. Bennett Meredith. I was going to say that I know there's more quarterbacks. All right. So let's take a look. So we all know, why did it pull up? Who am I? This thing's acting all weird. There we go. So Max Clark is a redshirt freshman, 5'11", 170 pounds. Obviously has not been on the field for Arizona State. So he's going to be on the roster. Finn Collins is a redshirt sophomore. He's 6'3", 185 pounds. Dalen McLemore is a redshirt junior, 6'3", 200 pounds. So he's going to be the closest to actually competing and playing, I would assume, with Israel Carter and with Trenton Bourget. And then Bennett Meredith is a redshirt freshman at 6'3", 195 pounds. So I don't know a ton about all of these guys, but that will give you 5 guys on the roster at the moment to kind of take a look at. Let's see. You'll be getting lots of help in the secondary. Chase Davis, 3-star safety, 6'2", 185. Adonis Forrest, 6'3", 185 safety as well, 3-star. And Amarian Atwood, 6 foot, 170-pound corner, 3-star. Kyson Brown, a running back committed on Halloween. No stars for him. Tell me more about him. I don't know why they don't have his stars listed here, but he is a 3-star guy out of Lancaster, Texas. And then Corbin Hendricks is a 6'2", 180-pound receiver, also out of Texas. So where are all these guys coming from? You got 1, 2, 3, 4 kids coming from Texas. Israel Carter and Adonis Forrest are coming from California. Wait, did I say? Yeah, I said 4 kids from Texas, 2 kids from Cali, and then 1 kid from Arizona. And then the transfers you've got coming in, there's a handful of them. They only have 2 listed here right now. Josh Carlson, the punter from New Mexico, and Jacob Conover, the quarterback from BYU. Conover is also going to be like heavily competing. So I think right now, based off of what you have, you're going to be looking at Trenton Bourget, Jacob Conover, Israel Carter, and Dalen McLemore as your main competitors for the starting quarterback gig. Obviously, Bourget has got the inside track based off of what's there, but there's guys to be had in the portal still, which I imagine Arizona State is probably going to be looking pretty heavily into the portal for bringing in some guys, potentially looking at DJ Uyunglele would be probably one of the biggest moves in college football, period. They could also look at Luke Altmaier. Luke Altmaier, the Ole Miss quarterback, would be another guy to look at. Let's take a look at the transfer portal. See what's out there right now. So let's see. I would like to update this by the top guys out there. Denver Harris, Fentrell Cypress, Devin Leary is a quarterback to take a look at. Jaheim Bell, DJ Uyunglele, Hudson Card is a quarterback. JQ Hardaway, Ajani Cornelius, Desan McCullough, I believe. Oh, he's going to Oklahoma. Never mind. Jaheim Bell, I named him, but he's going to Florida State. Yeah, there's quite a few guys that are still in the portal that are going to be like big names to take a look at. Man, and Texas A&M losing quite a bit, which deservedly so. They have just failed to live up to expectations for years and years and years. Still hoping that Dante Thornton would be interested in coming to Arizona State. That would be a really nice pickup for them. It's interesting that back in 2020, Brian Dawn of 24/7 Sports compared him to Kenny Golladay and said he's like a 2nd to 3rd round pick. And this is like before he even got to play college ball. That's funny. Thornton would be a really fun hire. or not hire, pick up. Let's see. Dante Thornton. He's a big kid. He runs fast, 6'5", 199. Yeah, it would be really cool for Arizona State to just keep adding size. If you had Dante Thornton come in through the transfer portal, if you had Jacoby Lane and Deuce Robinson and Jalen Conyers, who's 6'3" or 6'4". How big is Conyers? I want to say he's 6'3". He's 6'4". If you had just a big old like basketball court essentially to build, that would be insane. Hello there, something in the comment section. Just got on. Have you mentioned Mickey Keene from UCF? I have not mentioned, or Mikey Keene. Is it Mikey or Mickey? I'm assuming it's Mikey. Mikey Keene. Let's take a look at Mikey Keene. Mikey Keene is a Valley kid. Chandler played quarterback at UCF, and he'd also be an interesting guy to take a look at. So, 65.5% completion for his career, little less than 2,400 yards, 23 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He actually has 6 touchdowns to 1 pick this season for UCF. He entered the portal at the end of the year. He played 4 games for the Golden Knights. Or are they just the Knights? I think they're the Golden Knights. Nope, they're just the Knights. The Golden Knights play for the Las Vegas hockey team. Okay, so Mikey Keene would be interesting. He's not the biggest guy in the world at 5'11", 180, but I don't think Arizona State really cares that much about size right now. Dorian Singer would be another guy. I forgot that he's out there. He's not the biggest dude compared to who we're talking about at 6'1", 172, but he'd also be really interesting to take a peek at as well. So there's lots going on with the transfer portal at the moment, and I'm really, really excited to see everything that's going to come out of it. I want to see if anyone else ended up committing at some point in the day while I wasn't paying attention. I don't think so. I think they're just kind of settling in all their coaching staff and whatnot. But you got the 6 guys that are coming home, and that'll be really, really exciting. You've got a bunch of coaches that are coming in that also have Valley roots. You truly are committing to the hashtag activate the Valley and getting everything back involved. Now, this comes as kind of like a double-edged sword. Excuse me. I've seen some people have worries about it being so heavily focused on Arizona. And this potentially is something I want to talk more about in detail on a podcast, but I just don't know how I feel about it. Essentially, there's people that are saying if you become too inclusive with Arizona, you're going to start like ignoring everything around you. So like maybe you don't recruit in Texas or California or any of the other surrounding areas as much as you do Arizona. And that is understandable to have that kind of feeling about that because you still want to focus on those areas. Like Arizona State has done a very good job recruiting California in recent years. And you don't want to lose the foothold that you have in California because that's a very good pipeline to have. And obviously, with 4 kids coming from Texas in this upcoming goodness gracious, recruiting class, that's also something that you want to maintain. You don't want to lose that. So I can understand making sure that you want to focus everywhere else. But the reason why people should be excited about getting the Valley so heavily involved right now, excuse me, both with recruiting and with building the coaching staff, is because you just haven't focused on the Valley in quite some time. Because when Antonio Pierce was the main recruiter for you, he was focused almost entirely on Southern California. And to a certain extent, that's good because you were able to get Jaden Daniels, who was a very highly rated 4-star quarterback, but you missed out on a lot of Arizona kids. And I mean, Arizona has a lot of very talented guys. Spencer Rattler, for what it's worth, never got an offer from Arizona State. And that's That's not good because he was the number one quarterback in the nation when he was coming out. I'm pretty sure he was certainly a five-star quarterback. Let's take a look. Yeah, he was number one quarterback prospect. He was the number 13 prospect nationally across all positions. And they did not recruit him very well. It says that they had interest in him, but I don't remember if they actually like truly went out of their way to try and get him or not. But regardless, you would have liked to have seen them pursue Spencer Rattler better than what they did. Now, obviously, with the hindsight of us knowing that Spencer Rattler is really not that great of a quarterback, you don't feel too bad about it. But you still wish that you would have gone after a kid of his caliber better than what you actually did. Man, I'm looking at his season this year. He needed that game against Tennessee where he threw 6 touchdowns. Because you take that game away and he was 10 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. So he truly had like one really great game this year. And I'm curious if he ends up declaring. If I'm him, I don't. I don't feel good if I'm Spencer Rattler about what I've put on tape to get to the pros at this point in my career because you got benched in 2021 for Caleb Williams, who's probably going to win the Heisman today. Keep an eye on that. What time is the Heisman ceremony? Because depending on how late we stay on here, we might actually be able to react to that. That is going to be announced. Not now, CBS. I just want to know what time it is. If you guys know the time, let me know. I'm trying to figure that out. 8 p.m. Eastern, which is going to be 6 p.m. here. So, yeah, we're not going to be on here at 6 p.m. I can tell you that right now. But, yeah, but back to Arizona State because just went on a big tangent. It's a good thing that you're recruiting in your backyard again because Arizona has a lot of really good prospects that have been coming out in the last several years that could have made a massive difference for your program. And like, I want to continue to be able to successfully recruit outside of the borders, but it's also going to be incredibly important to recruit inside as well. So you got to bring these Arizona State kids in. It's it's going to be pivotal for your program to continue being built up. Plus, you've got good kids in the prospect line right now for Arizona State that they need to take a look at. Again, Deuce Robinson would be a huge get for you. I believe Arizona State has had 3 5 stars in their recruiting, like not career, but like just ever. Now, granted, 5 stars haven't been around for the longest time. How? What if I just Google how many 5 stars has ASU recruited? Like ever? I want to say they've had 3. We're gonna find out. They've had 2: Vontez Burfict and Zach Miller. This, at least, this is according to 24/7 Sports. Because Terrell Suggs was a 4 star, Jaden Daniels was a 4 star. He was a really high 4 star though. Corey Adams was a 4 star. N'Keal Harry was a really good 4 star for you. Brady White was a 4 star. Man, Brady White. I remember how excited I was for Brady White, and that just unfortunately did not go anywhere. He ended up being sold for Memphis, but not for us. Andrew Walter was a 4 star. Garrell Robinson was a 4 star. And Lamar Baker was a 4 star. That's your top 10 guys that you've recruited. As of recently, you've had Johnny Wilson, who broke out this year with Florida State. I want to look at his stats. He ended up having a really, really good year with Florida State. 35 catches, 695 yards, 5 touchdowns. So he was 5 yards off from averaging 20 yards per catch. You would have liked to have had that this year. That's for sure. And he's going to be a redshirt junior as long as he doesn't declare. And I don't know if I do declare if I'm him. Well, what their quarterback? How much more time does he have? What's his name? Is it Jordan Travis? Yeah, Jordan Travis. Yeah, Jordan Travis should come back. Man, that would be year 6 for him. That's funny. He should come back because Florida State had a really good program this year. And Jordan Travis and Johnny Wilson were able to make some beautiful music together. Well, they finished this year 9-3. Good for them. I am happy for them because of Mike Norvell. If it wasn't for Mike Norvell, I probably still would not care for Florida State. But once a Sun Devil, always a Sun Devil kind of thing. Let's switch gears a little bit. We talk football all the time. Let's talk a little bit of basketball. What do you guys think of the basketball program? Have you guys watched? Be honest. Have you watched ASU basketball? Because no one would blame you if you haven't, considering ASU basketball typically is just not something anybody cares about. It's really just a complete afterthought more often than not. Oh, Kenny Dillingham tweeted something. Hold on a sec. Another one coming home. Hashtag activate the valley. He tweeted this just about an hour ago, and then Charlie Raggle, who's one of the new coaches for Arizona State, also tweeted out, all in, activate the valley. Are they just talking about like the coaches that are coming home, or is there a prospect that's coming in? It just says another one coming home. Let's see. I'm curious. Yeah, nobody knows who they're talking about. I do see in his comments though, there's some guys out there who are saying, "Bring me home, coach, bring me home." Cole, oh goodness, I'm apologizing, Cole. I don't know if I can pronounce your last name. Is a 6'1", 225-pound player at Jackson State. He's got 3 years of eligibility left. He's a linebacker, 3.7 GPA. I would absolutely advertise that if I was him as well. Yeah, come home. Bring him home, coach. We need some linebackers right now. Gyasi Madison is advertising for himself as well. He just says student athlete. I don't know what position he might be, but he's advertising himself to coach for him to come home as well. All right. Okay. You've got my attention. I just would like to know who it is. So interesting. I guess there's someone out there. Haven't watched, but going to the U of A game. Heck yes, my friend, something. I am very, very excited about ASU basketball this year. So I've said this before. Prior to coming on to Locked On Sun Devils, which was just over a year ago, I did not watch a lot of ASU basketball. Like hardly at all. Like I could barely name any of the players we had. I remember when I lived on campus for my 1 year in 2015, it was Trey Holder and Cody Justice and like everybody else. And since then, obviously you've had a few guys come through the program who just won a championship with Kansas. Oh my goodness. I can't think of his name, but Remy Martin. You've had some players come through the program, and obviously Kamani Lawrence has also been with the program a long time, but not a lot of success. So I don't blame a lot of people, especially people who don't really care about basketball, to not watch ASU basketball, because it's not like you've missed a whole lot. This is not a world beater program or anything like that. They certainly are this year, though. So this is a, what do you call it? First place team. I don't know why I'm like just drawing a blank today. This is first place in the Pac-12 right now, ahead of U of A. They're 9-1. They're 2-0 in the conference. They're undefeated at home. They are playing really, really good basketball right now. And it has a lot to do with the defense. So what I love about this team defensively is everybody understands their assignment. They know where they're supposed to be and when they're supposed to be there. They're just smart. Everybody is able to pass guys around when they need to. They're sticky. They just glue themselves to the hip of whoever's got the ball, and they don't give up shots either. They are like sixth in the nation in 3-point percentage allowed. They don't give up the deep ball. They're such a well-disciplined team. I want to pull up their stats because I know that when I had talked about them earlier in the week, they were not updated for the SMU game that they had just played. So let's take a look. So DJ Horn is now ahead of Frankie Collins for points per game for the team with 12.9. Frankie Collins is in second with 12.5. I'm not going to count Marcus Bagley since he's only played 2 games. Bagley is averaging 12.5 for what it's worth. Frankie Collins did sit out one of the games. Devin Cambridge averaging 10.9. Desmond Cambridge averaging 9.3. Still no ranking. Yeah, they are somehow not ranked. I have a really good feeling that's going to change, though. There's no reason that you shouldn't have Arizona State ranked at this point. They're 9-1. They have one loss, and admittedly, it's a bad loss in overtime against Texas Southern. But other than that, you've been in every single game you've played this year. You've won big games, like against Michigan. You beat them by 25. They were ranked in that Legend Series little playoff thing, whatever. Like that, they've got good wins. It's not like they're just beating up whoever they're going up against. There's good wins for this basketball team right now. Colorado is a decent little team themselves, and they were able to take them down. What is Colorado this year? Colorado 5-5. They're a solid team. They're not a great team, but that's still a good division win for you. Conference win, I should say. But the defense has been everything that you need out of them. You're getting some good production from guys off the bench too, like Austin Nunez. He's only averaging 4.9 points a game, but he's one of those, like, when he has the opportunity to actually go out there and do something, he's really exciting. He was really big in that Legends Classic. He had 25 points in the 2 games, which included 15 against Michigan, where he went 3 of 5 from deep. So they're getting production defensively. They're getting production from the bench. They're getting production from their starters. Everything that you need from the Sun Devils, they're getting right now. And what's funny is they roll out a lot of guards for what you would consider like small ball, but these aren't small guys. Because like Frankie Collins, I feel like is probably the smallest guy on the court, and he's still 6'1", 185 pounds. The Cambridge brothers, Devin is 6'6". Devin is 6'4". DJ Horn is 6'3", I believe. He's also only 6'1". I would have lost that bet. But nonetheless, I mean, you're playing a lot of guards, and you have some big guys on the roster. Don't get me wrong. Like Warren Washington is every bit of a 7-foot tall forward, quote unquote. He might as well be the center for the team. But they're getting tremendous production out of everyone. Everyone is just playing really good assignment basketball right now. Oh, man. Got to talk about Warren Washington more, man. Like, he's been a really, really good pickup for them. It's averaging 7.7 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. He's been a tremendous pickup for you. And he's kind of been all over the place. He started his career at Oregon State, sat out a year, played 2 years in Nevada with Desmond Cambridge, and he's playing his final year now at Arizona State. They struck gold with this transfer class. You brought in Warren Washington, Desmond Cambridge, Devin Cambridge, and Frankie Collins. All four of them are starting for you, essentially, with the rotation of the Cambridge brothers kind of thing. But you have all of them starting for you right now, and all of them are so important and integral in their own separate ways for what they do. Devin Cambridge has those exciting highlight reel plays, the layups, the dunks, the blocks. Uh, Frankie Collins has been the quarterback of the court. Like he runs the court. He's smart. He can shoot the ball. Excellent distributor. Love everything that he's able to give for you. Warren Washington, one of your best defenders, big, massive guy who's getting the ball down inside the paint. And then Desmond Cambridge is starting to come alive lately as a shooter for himself. And that's also really, really exciting to see. So for somebody like me who's not the biggest basketball fan in the world, admittedly, it's really hard to not get excited about this team right now. So if you guys haven't watched them yet, I highly encourage you to go and check them out. They are playing on Monday against Creighton, who is currently ranked 21, but they are potentially going to be higher. Let's take a look at Creighton basketball. See what's going on with them. They actually play today. They play today at 8 o'clock. The game will be on Fox Sports. So if you guys have basic streaming stuff, you should be able to get that. Or if you have cable or anything like that. They're playing BYU, who's 5-5. Creighton is 6-3. They make the bracket like every year. This is a good team more often than not. They played U of A earlier and lost by 2. It was 81-79. So this is a high scoring team, I imagine. They're averaging 78.6 points per game. They are shooting 47.6% as a team, 69.8% from the line, and 33.3% from deep. And I believe this game is like neutral site or something like that. ASU versus Creighton. Where is the game going to be played? That's what I would like to know. Because I thought somebody on YouTube told me that this game was going to be in Vegas. So it's listed as a home game for Arizona State, but it's being played. Yeah, it's in Vegas at Michelob Ultra Arena. Who plays there? Michelob Ultra Arena. Oh, this isn't where they do all the UFC fights, is it? Boxing matches. WWE Raw. Yeah, so Vegas. If you're in Vegas and want to see Arizona State play basketball, check it out. Creighton, a good team, though, and they've already played 4 ranked teams this year. By the time this game tips off on Monday night, ASU should be the 5th team that they will have played that is ranked. They're 6-3. They're a really good basketball team. This is going to be it'll end up by the end of the season being one of the biggest games Arizona State will play this year. 100%. They're in the bracket like every single year. They're in the tournament. They're competitive. They win a lot of games. They're good more often than they are bad. So this will be a really good benchmark for Arizona State, who's on a 7-game win streak, to figure out whether or not you're for real or if you've kind of taken advantage of a lighter schedule to start the year. Again, like you've had good wins. It's just this hasn't been a season where it's a ton of insanely difficult opponents so far. And the games have obviously been very spread out. You're only playing, if I know it says 2 games a week, but it does not feel like 2 games a week right now. So it's gonna start heating up a little bit more here pretty soon. But Creighton's going to be a really good benchmark game for you. And then you've got essentially a week off before you play San Diego. And then you'll play San Francisco for your final non-conference game of the year. And then Saturday, December 31st, will be against U of A. I might have to make an appearance at that game for a New Year's game. I might have to find myself down there and then hang out with you something, all that good stuff. So that's kind of where we're at for ASU basketball. Good team. ASU football on the rise. That's about all I think. I'm curious who that guy that Dillingham is bringing in is talking about. I might have to start reaching out and seeing what I can find out. Let's take a look at that tweet and look at the quote tweets. I don't think anyone is confirming anything. Everyone's just excited. And Brad Denny just says Kenny is cooking. So someone's coming. So I guess keep your eyes out for that. Keep your eyes out for whoever is coming to Arizona State. So that, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this live. So enjoy your guys' Saturday. Appreciate you guys stopping in, hanging out with me, talking Arizona State. We'll have to do another live very soon and see what else is going on. At least in a week's time, maybe next Friday or something, we can get together again and go through everything that's going on now. But until next time, guys, thank you again so much for stopping in for this live of the Locked On Sun Devils podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Till next time, you keep it locked right here on Locked On Sun Devils.